right, Shalom.
Shalom.
Real Hebrew Israelites, we come week in, week out to prophesy the downfall of America, Babylon the Great. Before we get started, we're going to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Rakakodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who still rule and teach well and sound doctrine. Peace, blessings, and safety to the elect scattered throughout the four corners of the planet Earth. Saying that Yahweh Shai pretty much
Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits, whether they are the most high, because many false prophets are gone out into the world.
It's like, if I can answer that, because you got some spirits that the Lord set up as stumbling blocks. They actually come out, and teach the scriptures as it seems or looks like. But then they wouldn't break down to you the whole road, as they wouldn't break down the whole scriptures to you as far as salvation goes. So, it could be tricky. You got to trust in Yahweh Shai, man.
Like you said, the whole road. It says in Acts that we have not shunned to profess all the gospel of the Most High.
I
had a couple of preachers you don't mind to back the brothers up. Real quick, to a point the brother made. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 48. It says, and if the evil servant shall say in his heart, my Lord, the land is coming, and shall begin to smite his fellow servants, and to eat and drink with the drunken, the Lord of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him, in an hour that he is not aware of, and shall cut him asunder.
Yeah, because he said they're going to beat the man's servants, meaning you teaching Israel lies. And you pretty much causing them to go into error.
Leading them astray.
Yeah, leading them astray back into the world. By the type of philosophies that these groups have.
Bro, that's like damn near the worst way that you can lead your people, like somebody astray, is to have the truth and you know what I mean, use the truth deceitfully.
Manipulate it.
Yeah, the Lord said, thou shalt not teach the word of the Lord deceitfully.
He also said, my people was led as sheep to the slaughter.
That's the spirit, because that's what a hireling is going to do.
Right, and a sheep is a docile animal.
Right.
Which the word docile means ready to learn, or basically easily led.
Gullible.
Yeah.
I had a little bit more on this one. This is Matthew chapter 24 and verse 51. Excuse me. It says, I'll read it 50. It says, the Lord of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him, and in an hour that he's not aware of, it shall cut him asunder and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. So it's going to be many who prophesied in our name. It said, Lord, we cast out devils. But, at the end of the day, only the elect is going to be found blameless. So those false pastors, those people who claim to be doing the work of Yahweh Shem Shai, but inwardly they're ravening wolves. Ravenous wolves. And I had
Jeremiah 48 verse 10, cursed be he that doth the work of the Lord deceitfully. Cursed be he that keepeth back his sword from blood. Right, because the word is a sword.
Right.
And it says, cursed be he that keepeth back his sword from blood, meaning cursed be the man that pretty much shun the gospel. You know what I'm saying? Hold back parts of the gospel for people's feelings' sake.
Exactly. That's the spirit, because that made me think, because the scriptures say if you rebuke a fool, because the scriptures, like you said, it's a sword, and also it can rebuke you to make you get right.
It should.
Right.
That's how they let go.
Exactly.
It said that the Lord said that He will set us in order before their eyes.
And
we was out of order.
And like you said, because Jake, he don't want to rebuke Jake so he can get right. He'd rather, tell him,
like you get money from somebody like that.
The scripture say, give us smooth words.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Jake can give him smooth words so that he can please his own, man. But that's not how the Lord is dealing. The Lord will rebuke you so that you can get right and get salvation. The scripture say, rebuke a friend, paraphrasing, he will love thee. You know what I mean? So
the wise man, he would love thee, rebuke a scorner, and he would hate thee.
I got this precept. This is Proverbs 14 and 15. It says, the simple believeth every word, but the prudent man looketh well to his going. When you got Jake doing, man, they believe anything, but they don't
Yeah, our people, Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, our people have tried every other philosophy and every other way that this world has to offer, except for this. They will try, and they'll make sure that they try everything else before they try this, if they ever do try this. You know what I'm saying? Because the true men are going to seek the Lord early. He said, in their affliction they shall seek me early. You know what I'm saying?
And we in that affliction. We under oppression.
Meaning the first time we heard this word, it was mixed with faith and we pursued it.
This is Jeremiah back to the false prophets. Because those are the people who are believed the docile sheep. Going back to what the brother said. This is Jeremiah 14, and I'll start at 13. It says, then said I, Lord power, behold, the prophet said to them, ye shall not see the sword, neither shall ye have famine, but I will give you a short peace in this place. Then the Lord said unto me, the prophets prophesy lies and witchcraft. You should be put to death. It says, neither spake unto them, they prophesy unto you a false vision and divination, and a thing of naught. So it's going to be naught. It's just like how Esau Edom's plan of the NWO is going to be come to naught.
Yeah, because witchcraft is pretty much making you see something. You seeing something other than what is there. You know what I'm saying?
Distorting reality.
Right, distorting reality, like the brother said. You know what I'm saying? Like the monster logo. It's 666, but you don't look at it like 666. You look at it like an M.
Right.
So that's witchcraft, and that's what you do when you take the word and you twist it. And can you get it? Peter said that they rest with the scriptures to their own destruction. But they twist in the scriptures.
2 Peter.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Okay, go ahead.
And I got one too.
This is 2 Peter chapter 2. You want to start up top?
Yep.
It says,
Let's read it real quick.
but there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you.
Right, because the word prophet means to say before. So you got people that's saying true things that's going to happen before they happen. You got people that's saying false things that they say is going to happen, but it's not going to happen. So that's why they're going to be known to be called false prophets.
Real quick, this is Jeremiah 14 and 15. There's a little bit more on this. It says, and a thing of naught, and the deceit of their heart. Continuing on. Therefore, thus saith the Lord concerning the prophets that prophesy my name, and I sent them not, yet they say, sword and famine shall not be in this land.
Right, because guys are saying certain things gonna happen before it happen, and they're telling the truth, but you got others that's telling lies. So they telling you that no destruction is coming. They telling you that we still got in the old covenant. You know, there's no Messiah have come. You know, all these bugged out things.
It says, therefore, thus saith the Lord concerning the prophets that prophesy my name, and I sent them not, yet they say, sword and famine shall not be in this land. By sword and famine shall those prophets be consumed. The Lord is going to render punishment to those false prophets. It also tells you that in Jeremiah the 23rd chapter. You know, because you mislead, you basically put a stumble block before the nation of Israel when you do that.
The Lord put the stumbling block.
It should be a table and a snare unto them.
And they are a stumbling block. The Lord using them as they are the stumbling block. I got one. Oh wait, go ahead, finish that. Yeah.
This is 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 1. It says, but there were false prophets among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who privately shall bring up on themselves swift destruction. It says, and many shall follow their pernicious ways, by reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of. And through covetousness shall they with vain words make merchandise of you.
So make you read that from the top. Yeah,
So
covetousness.
At 3, verse 3.
Yeah, just reread the verse you read.
And through covetousness shall they with vain words make merchandise of you, whose judgment now of a long time lingereth not, and their damnation slumbereth not.
What does covetous mean? That's envious. You know, when you covet something, that's just like Esau. Like he coveted fields. Like he wanted. It was bloodthirst. He had an insatiable lust to conquer the whole world.
I think that's pretty much it. Verse 5? Yeah. It says, for the Most High spared not anger.
Verse that you read.
Verse 2, and many shall follow their pernicious ways, by the reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of.
Right, they making merchandise out of the truth. You know, they got all this merchandise, they got all this apparel, you know, they got these kingdom passes, you know, they got all these different ways for themselves to make money off of Israel, you know, and a lot of people love that. People love that because this is a consumer society. You know what I'm saying? So people, if they can indulge in that type of environment, the truth, they're gonna do that. Jake rap, they want to be rappers and prophets at the same time. You know, you're not David. David wasn't rapping. You know, David wasn't mumble rapping, man.
Real quick, the etymology of that word pernicious, for Jesus' sake, it says of a deed evil, wicked, as having the property of destroying or being injurious. It says pernicious, destructive.
Right, because eventually it's gonna lead to your destruction, like the lesson that the Apostle Ramlah did. That's talking about the doctrine.
Yeah, because it'll come out. The Lord will have it come out, and then, you know, if you keep going that direction, then it'll grow into a fruit, you know, which don't bear fruit. Way of death. I think one of the elder apostles was talking about how Yahushua always referenced the scriptures through farming, you know, and a good farming mechanism is to keep, you know, the production of the animals so that you can bear more fruit. You know what I mean? But you know, like the brother was going into how the society, you know, how Esau's kingdom is set up, everything is set up to die. Well, now you got Jake not feeding the flock, you know, properly with proper nourishment, and that's gonna cause him. That's gonna cause nothing but death.
End of the way. Like, cause I say all the time, like, you eat every day.
It says, you eat the fat and you clothe you with the wood. Yeah, man. Right. You know. Shit, you feed yourselves, and then you know how you got kings that are wearing the animals as a garment. It says you eat the fat and you the wool. You kill them that are fed, but ye feed not the flock. The disease have ye not strengthened, neither have ye healed that which was sick. It says, neither have you...
The medicine is this word.
Exactly.
Yahushua is the medicine.
Right.
And the doctrine of Yahushua, which is being taught by the elders and apostles, is very millstone. Or the fact that the arm of each that's a medicine. That's a part of the prescription.
Oh shit. Yeah, that
I ain't know.
Yeah.
Word, like it says in Psalm 19, is perfect. It's able to convert the souls. You know, this word is very, very powerful. We got a testimony on that, man.
You got one?
I just had a quick one.
Okay, kind of. I still got some more on this. But you go ahead.
It says, 2 Peter chapter 1 and verse 16. It says, "For we have not followed cunningly devised fables, when we were made known unto you the power and the coming of our Lord Yahushua HaMashiach, but were eyewitness of his majesty." The reason why I pulled that because
Roman
Catholic, the new covenant, everyone is saved. I'm already saved, brother. I don't need the word and everything like that.
Hey, you had a I remember, I think it was a couple years ago, you had a Jake who was some type of Israelite establishment talking about how he not under the curses and he not under oppression. You know what I mean? Because Jake could feed his belly, you know what I mean? He'll get a little bit over another Jake and think that he just rule the world, man. You know?
If you're not being, that's it.
Right. Said the second level, yeah, kind of, that'd probably be better. And then just pull this back or something, yeah, kind of.
This is 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 16, it says, as also in all his epistles, speaking in them of these things, in which are some things hard to be understood.
And that's what it is. You know, these scriptures are not easy to understand. You know, that's why it says in Acts, the 8th chapter, how can I accept some man should guide me? You know, we all need to be taught. We all are being taught. We're still in the process of being taught. You know, we come out here with new information because it was taught to us, you know, each week. Read that again from the top.
2 Peter chapter 3, verse 16, as also in all epistles, speaking in them of these things, in which are some things hard to be understood, which they that are unlearned and unstable rest, as they do also the other scriptures.
Right, talking about Paul's epistles, and it's talking about going into the law as well. Going into the law, the prophets, they misinterpret these scriptures.
As also in all his epistles, speaking in them of these things, in which are some things hard to be understood, which they that are unlearned and unstable rest, as they do also the other scriptures unto their own destruction.
Right.
Unto their own destruction.
You know, you can't just teach anything with this word.
Right, and to their own destruction, because there ain't no salvation in what they teaching, man. You know, you're not gonna be saved from teaching a man that you can have sex on the shore. You know,
If you know how to tilt it up.
they ain't gonna lead to nothing but destruction, man.
Pastor Gabar, he did a lesson a while back, and he was going into about like the milk, basics and everything like that. And he had this old video. It was like a little show, and you had Jake in it, and he was around a whole bunch of Edomites. And he was like, "Go drink the milk," and it was like, "Why?" Because it's spoiled.
Yeah, I think that was a real he posted on his old page. You know, that reprobate doctrine is dangerous.
Exactly.
Other scriptures be like,
It's still going?
I got to click real quick. Jeremiah 6:30 says, reprobate silver some men call them because the Lord have rejected them. You know what I'm saying? So you can't just teach anything. And you know, we know a tree by the fruit that it bears. And if you know, giving out reprobate fruit, then you know what I'm saying, that means the Lord not dealing with you.
Exactly.
You bug out.
That's it on that?
Yeah, I have one more Bible beside it. 2 Corinthians 13:5 says, examine yourselves, whether ye be in the faith, prove your own selves, though ye not your own selves, how that Yahweh HaMashiach is in you, except ye be reprobate. And that's it. You know, Yahweh HaMashiach is dwelling within the hopeful elect.
Right.
You know, the things that we say as far as sound doctrine and, you know, walking the walk and talking the talk, these are attributes of the elect. The deal's already sealed. You know, the cake is in bake. It's just we
Examine yourself. If you be in the spirit, hey, the scripture say that the spirit of the Lord is a spirit of prophecy. Are you in the spirit? Are you in the spirit of prophecy? Are you teaching the prophecy is you know got to come to pass? You see. But I'm gonna finish on this Ezekiel chapter 34. I'm gonna go back to verse 4. It says the deceased have ye not strengthened, neither have ye healed that which was sick, neither have ye bound up that which was broken, neither have you brought again that which was driven away, neither have you sought that which was lost.
How do you bring back that which was driven away? Baruch chapter 4 and 5 said that we shall be gathered by the word of the Holy One.
Con. And that's the whole. Hey, go ahead. Yeah, con.
This is Baruch chapter 4, verse 37. Well, I started 36. O Yerah Shalom, look about thee toward the east, and behold the joy that cometh unto thee from the heavenly Father. Lo, thy sons come, whom thou sentest away. They come gathered together from the east to the west by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the glory of the heavenly Father. So through the internet, well, first and foremost through the Comforter, you know, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, placing the Spirit on brothers who do what they do. You know, we came back. You know, we slowly but surely coming back into the fold about what this word through sound doctrine.
Yeah, and only the elect is gonna come back. Only
That's
the
spirit.
only ones that are fully fully turn back.
Exactly.
Do the required things that the Lord wants for them to receive salvation. Everybody else is gonna come short and they're gonna be destroyed.
First Timothy 4:1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter time some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils.
So that's how you know we at the end. Among other things, people is coming up with all these different wayward doctrines.
GOCC talk about Esau can be saved.
They've been saying that. They've been saying that since their inception.
Hey, cause you know what?
That's why they got Edomites in their church.
Cause like you want to say something?
No, I was gonna say you got rappers saying that we don't need the story.
What's 3 precepts to prove that Esau can't be saved?
Shit, the scripture say
Obadiah.
No, bring him out. Bring him out. We prophesied. I got one. One time.
Khan, this is the book of Obadiah. I'm gonna start at
Because Esau, he gonna make it. Like the apostle said, he gonna make it to the kingdom. He gonna make it to the kingdom, but he gonna make it in chains. He gonna make it to slavery.
I got one too.
The book of Obadiah, verse 18. It says, "In the house of Jacob, Yasharallah, shall be a fire; in the house of Joseph, a flame; in the house of Esau, for stubble. And they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining
In them and devour them. It's talking about people. It's not talking about the land.
Right.
You gotta get people talking about the land. Man, Satan don't get tired, man. You know, he always come with some slick. No, let's talk about this. No. See, that's talking about that. You know, that's why it'll never end, because it'll always be a way with you, especially with Sakari, man. You guys are known for that. Making up a technicality or when you go into the scholarship and you look at this technicality within the law and hypothetically on if it was this type of day and the sun was shining at this angle, you know what I'm saying? Right. To justify themselves, that's what they do.
Or does the New Testament say, "Thus saith the Lord"? You know, bullshit like that.
And we know why. The New Testament.
Dismayed, just like in Jeremiah. Don't be dismayed, for the sons of heaven.
Yeah, we know why the New Testament don't say "Thus saith the Lord," because the Lord is not dealing with us. He's dealing with us through Yahweh Shai. This is my beloved son. Hear ye him. Go ahead.
He was talking about, in the house of Jacob shall be a fire; in the house of Joseph, a flame.
So the house of men, we're gonna set them on fire. We're gonna round up all the Edomites, and the Lord gonna put them in a pit. You know, similar to the Grand Canyon, like that. We're gonna burn them up. Right? We burn them up.
We know we get into the kingdom, man. That's
Right.
all Esau's gonna bring.
And that's proof that, because it's like you got people saying that the Lord would allow the most wicked people to survive the destruction, because they still gonna be burnt up in the end.
Right.
They gonna experience fire.
What it say?
Well, appreciate the back up what I just said.
Isaiah 55:8 said, "For my ways are not your ways, and my thoughts are not your thoughts."
This is Psalm 58 verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. And the Lord put a perverse spirit in Esau. It's a spirit in Esau that he can't get right from, man. You know, Esau he don't want to get right. Right. He that's the smartest in him, man. He doesn't right, exactly.
Esau is serving the Lord, bro.
That's why the scripture say you will serve your brother. That's how you serve your brother.
He ain't got no brotherly love, so he do.
But that's why he gonna have to be done away with, man.
It says, "In the house of Jacob shall be a fire; in the house of Joseph, a flame; in the house of Esau, for stubble. And they shall kindle in them and devour them. And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai have spoken it."
Right, the house of Esau. When we talk about the house of a man, that's talking about his lineage, right? Okay?
I got one. Malachi 1 and 3, it says, and I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. And that's a nomen omen, because his name means wasted away as heat, and his heritage is waste. You know, and real quick, this is, well, not real quick, it's actually a couple verses. This is Psalms 109, and
They would say that don't count. They would say that don't count. That wasn't strong enough. You gotta come harder than that. Prove Esau can't be saved. I got mine.
I had to start it. That was the appetizer.
Okay, all right.
This is Psalm 109 verse 8. It says, let his days be few, and let another take his office. Let his children be fatherless, and his wife a widow. Let his children be continually vagabonds and beg. Let them seek their bread also out of their desolate places. Let the extortioner catch all that he have, and let the stranger spoil his labor. Let there be none to extend mercy unto him. Woo! It said, neither let there be any to favor his fatherless children. And it's a good point. Like it's something you have something to say.
If you want to do away with a nation, what you do? You take away their fathers, man.
Right, I'm about to get into that. So like it says verse 13 about this last camp too. It says, let his posterity be cut off. So there is going to be no more generations of Edom. It's done. It says, let his posterity be cut off, and in the generation following, let their name be blotted out. So what does that mean? Because once Esau served his bid, he out of here.
Then the earth is gonna be at peace.
Finally, yeah. The trees gonna rejoice. The animals, the land.
Well, you still gonna have sin, bro. You still got sin.
Yeah, we gonna reprove the nation. They still
We're gonna constantly judge and rule over the nation.
And then we're gonna have the spirit of Esau gonna disperse into the other heathen nations. You know what I mean? So we're gonna have to put them to, we're gonna have to put some of them to death, man.
Listen, Hebrews chapter 12, verse 16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. For ye know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected. For he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears. So there's nothing for you, there's nothing that you could do, you know. And it tells you again in Genesis 36 and 8 that Esau is Edom, Esau is Mount Seir, Esau dwells in Mount Seir. So when it talk about Esau here, it's talking about Edom.
Right. And because the whole world is gonna be able to have to be in a religious state, be able to depart from wickedness, man. Each heathen's gonna be in a state where they're able to live in a certain land in righteousness. But Esau is the only man who's not gonna be able to do that, man. It's like you can read one more time. That was beautiful, man.
Hebrews chapter 12, verse 15 says, lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. For ye know how that afterward, what's the birthright? Right, the kingdom. So if he lost that, then it goes on to say, for ye know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected, because he got finessed twice. It says, for he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears.
He sought it carefully with tears. That means that he was seriously.
What do you think they doing right now?
He was
That's what they doing.
devastated.
Yeah.
Damn right.
And he said, and you made a beautiful point. He said that's what he's doing now. He got his establishment set up, and he, you know what I mean. He's trying to find some place where he can live.
And pretty much, they've been past the point of seeking it with tears, though. You know, so that was in the ancient world. Now they're at the point where they understand that they can't get it back, and like you said, they just trying to manipulate the elements to try to offset prophecy. You can't manipulate the elements is in the hand of the Lord, man.
But the Lord's gonna puff him up and let him think that he can do these things. He's the one who plays, like the brother said earlier, this perverse spirit on him.
Right.
He puffing him up just like he puffed up the Pharaoh. So when he take him down, he's just gonna show his magnitude and his might.
That's why you had like
Thus saith the Lord, not us, it's a lie.
that's why you have like the so-called Illuminati. You know, they've been playing for centuries. For centuries, they've been working on their plans. So, you know, they've been past the point of trying to, sink with tears. But don't get me wrong, they still play in the Hebrew. They put up curses in the Hebrew to Yahweh Shah to forsake Israel. That's not gonna happen.
I got a quick
Revelation, what you got?
This is 2nd Ezra 6, 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
Yeah, so this Man, the end of the world, or the end of the immortal era, is gonna end with Esau. The end of dying, the end of death, is gonna be with Esau. The beginning of life is gonna be with Jacob. You know, and that's what we had. We got the lesson. I lost my train of thought. Revelation 13.
Revelation 13. I got it too. What verse?
13 to 10.
Oh, Revelation 13, verse 6.
Verse 10.
And he opened his mouth.
Verse 10.
Oh, verse 10. Salaki. Revelation 13, verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. And he that is killed with a sword must be killed with a sword. This is the right. Here's the patience and faith of the saint.
Right. So, hey, who gonna who led us into captivity? Who led the so-called Negroes, Latinos, similar Native Americans into captivity? Get Jeremiah 30 and 16. Somebody about Rashad.
Jeremiah 13,
30 and 16.
Oh, 30 and 16. Got it. Jeremiah 30. You said 13, right?
30 and 16.
Oh, 30. Okay.
Psalms
Jeremiah
149 and verse
30.
19.
I got it.
16 says, Therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured.
That's what they devoured our land. They devoured us as a people. They devoured us so much that they have us speaking a whole other language right now.
Come. And all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into
They
captivity.
devoured our name. Our name was, Yaquan Ban Yahweh, Kazak Ban Yahweh, Tahar Ban Loya. Now we're Gerald, we're Gary, we're Jason, you know what I'm saying? John and Justin, we all these different weirdo names, man.
Esau ain't had no
Because he
mercy.
devoured us. He devoured our true names. You know what I'm saying?
And he did, man. And
When you devour something, can you see it? When something get devoured, you can know it's no longer visible. You see what I'm saying? So everything about our culture is no longer visible, and we're the only glimpse of that light that you're gonna get.
right.
And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil. And they that prey upon thee will I give for a prey.
And they prey upon you, especially you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, because y'all are what they call the black dollar. Y'all got the most spending power here in America, man. And they prey upon you. They set up little things like the All-Star Weekend and these different apps and different trends and stuff like that. That's not but a prey upon you, man.
Snare.
Yeah. It's like a con artist or somebody who wants to make money. Get rich quick schemes.
Scam.
Niggas always come up with get rich quick schemes. They see a market, they exploit the market. You know what I'm saying? Con. Extortion. Con. Somebody look up that definition of extortion. Did you finish that Jeremiah 30 and 16?
Yeah. 17. For I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, saith the Lord. Because they call thee an outcast, saying, this is son.
What you say you had?
I got it.
Con.
This is an etymology of extortion. It says the act
Extortion. Yeah, well, extortion cool.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
This the etymology for extort. It says obtained by force or compulsion, wrest away by oppressive means. It says obtained by force, literally. It says wrest away by oppressive means.
Can you get a Google that?
Okay.
person by force, intimidation, or undue or illegal power. Also, to gain, especially by ingenuity or compelling argument. So it's just like duress. Like when you make somebody sign a contract, it's like, if you don't sign this motherfucking contract, they get the threat.
It's a threat.
Like,
Right. Yeah, it's also threat, duress, threat. You know,
Yeah. It says also to gain, especially by ingenuity or compelling argument.
It said by
Slickery,
illegal. It said by illegal power. It said to gain by illegal power.
yeah.
And that's the power
It's
that's on
deceit.
us right now.
Well, because he's not the rightful judge of the earth.
Exactly.
He's not in his proper position.
Kind.
He's in an illegal position right now.
Yeah, he saw a set of a
He's a
woman
vagabond.
in a
Yeah,
judgment.
fugitive.
Bro,
And a fugitive.
But this is the definition of ingenuity. It says skill or cleverness in devising or combining, inventiveness, cleverness or aptness of design or contrivance, an ingenious device or contrivance.
All these big
Like
words.
crafting
Yeah,
counsel.
like
Like all day. Let's go to Psalm 149.
Right.
Go back to Psalm. The point is that you're going into slavery. Okay?
right.
Keep it simple. We can look up a definition of a definition of a definition.
Right.
But the point is that you're going into slavery, man.
Hey, this language is witchcraft, man.
Yeah.
Witchcraft.
Well, you gotta peel the layers back, and that's why it's important to go into the Hebrew and the Greek.
Exactly.
Because that's why the Lord said. I'm gonna get this precept real
Hey,
quick.
but this is a worse language than the worst, man. You know, this we at the bottom of this thing, bro. He saw use a big word, thinking he's smart as shit.
That's not even the real English that we speak.
Bro, man.
All right, done. It's 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 15. Study to show thyself approved unto the Most High, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. And when you go to that word divide, I believe it means directly and correctly. You know, and pretty much it also goes into you having to peel back the layers, because there's layers to languages. Languages is nothing but different layers, because a language came from another language. It was only one language in the beginning, and then you had other languages that came on top of those languages, like layers. Then you got to peel back those layers to get to the original.
All right, and Jake wonder why we go into different words, because this specific language is witchcraft. He saw, matter of fact, look, the brother was just talking about how he was whipping our original names out of us, because he knew, our original name was connected to our heritage, man. You know. He knew that the original names was connected to our heritage, man. You know the spirit that was in the words. You see, but Jake, but once again, Jake wonder why we going to these different words. You have to, man. Because it breaks down the deeper meaning.
You got Isaiah 28 and 11. It's like Isaiah 65 and 13. 65 and 15. I mean.
Isaiah
What?
65
and
15.
15 and Isaiah. Damn, what was the first one? Damn.
You said Isaiah what?
65 and 28 and 11. Also.
I got that Isaiah 65. This book Isaiah chapter 65 verse 15. And ye shall leave your name for a curse until I chose.
Right, so we're going to leave our name for a curse.
For the Lord, Yahweh Shemashah shall slay thee and call his servants by another name.
Right. That's why we got these languages. Right. The Lord called his servant by another name. Now go to Isaiah 45 and 4. Isaiah 45 and 4.
Isaiah 45 and 4. Isaiah 45 verse 4 says, for Jacob my servant's sake, and Israel mine elect, I have even called thee by thy name. I have surnamed thee.
Because our name has always been Yasha'Allah. The name has never changed, though it changed for us on the earth. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, that wasn't their names. But those are the names that they famous for. The slave names is more famous than Ananias, Azariah, and Salakia. Because I'm right. Can't remember. I know it's Azarias, Hananias, and Mishael. Mishael. Yeah. So read that again, Baba Kashan.
Isaiah 45, verse 5. No, verse 4. For Jacob, my servant's sake, and Israel, mine elect, I have even called thee by thy name.
Right, and that's talking about the elect of the elect. Okay?
Con. I have surnamed thee, though thou hast not known me.
Right, now go to chapter 44 and verse 5.
Isaiah
44.
44, verse 5.
Con.
Con. And it says, one shall say, I am the Lord, and another shall call himself by the name of Jacob.
Right.
And another shall subscribe with his hand unto the Lord, and surname himself by the name of Israel.
Right, so you gotta go. How you gonna surname yourself Israel if you don't go into the Hebrew? How you gonna give yourself a Hebrew name and subscribe to the name of Israel and you don't go into the Hebrew, man? So it's imperative, it's important, it's necessary, and it's required that you have to go into the Hebrew and the Greek to understand the totality of the scriptures.
Hey, Jacob take a Hebrew name and then still call him Christ.
Right. That's what they literally doing that right now.
Yeah, they do
We got people walking earth right now doing that.
That's awful.
That wasn't a joke. You know, everybody started laughing, but the brother wasn't telling a joke.
It's sad, actually. It's sad.
It is.
because I forgot who did it. It might have been the brother Benji Chicago, but he said that that's an idol. That's why we avoid that word at all costs. Unless it's for edification's sake, and we read it verbatim.
And lately I've been saying JC. Because we're not supposed to make no mention of the idols. That's in the law. It's in the law that you're not supposed to make mentions of other gods. Now Isaiah 28 and 11.
Right here, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 28, and verse 11. It says, for with stammering lips and another tongue will he speak to his people.
He said with stammering lips and another tongue. You see? So and so will he speak with his people? So the Lord, not only is he speaking in another tongue, but he got us over here speaking English, and we teach our people in English, but he got us speaking he's teaching us in another tongue, so we're going into the Hebrew, we're going into the Greek. The Lord has opened up our minds to new, not new languages, but the other languages of the earth, so that we can fully understand his word and pull out, different revelations. Because you can't get certain revelations without going into the Hebrew and the Greek. Anybody know any examples of a word or anything? Charagma. Kind, go to that in the blue letters. World.
Oh, yeah.
Kind, go to that in Revelation 3 and 10. And also, I'm thinking about hell. That's another good one. I was thinking about Mark in Ezekiel 9 and 4, which the word Mark in Ezekiel 9 and 4 means tawah. Is tawah in the Hebrew, which means to be exempt from judgment. Also in the word, there's 4 words for Mark? You got charagma, karax. No, that's not Mark. You got charagma, you got tawah, you got what's the word? Scopeo. Scopeo, that's in Romans 16 and 17, which means to closely examine, to single out, to look at, to watch. If a guy is doing weird stuff around you, you're gonna scopeo. If a guy is acting weird, you gonna watch him.
Oh!
Y'all, whoa! That's how y'all about to sing a song. Hey, go ahead.
I'm just lucky. The word for Mark.
Go ahead, read that Revelation 3 and 10. Because that word world, that should be the same word world in John 3:16. But it's not, because the word world in John 3:16 is referring to a certain segment of a society, a certain group or class.
This is Revelation chapter 3 and verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon the world to try them.
All the world to try them.
That dwell upon the earth.
Yeah, so when you go to that word world there in the Greek, it's oikoumene. Oikoumene, which means the whole inhabited earth. So how would you understand that? How would you know what that's talking about? What is the hour of temptation? Since we're reading it, right? Let's get into it. That's talking about the time frame where the RFID chip is made mandatory, which we're fastly approaching. fastly approaching that time where governments all across the earth mandate this microchip in your hand. Okay?
This is a word for Mark in Revelations. What's that? Okay, come. It says charagma. It says a stamp and imprint mark. It says
Revelation 13:16. The word mark is charagma,
which
means what?
It says a stamp and imprint mark of the mark stamp on the forehead. Or going off. It says
Go ahead, read it how
It says of the mark stamp on the forehead or the right hand.
Well, on the forehead, what I'm thinking about right now, the video the brother sent with the monkeys.
With the monkeys.
That was a stamp on a. That shit looked gruesome.
Man.
That shit looked grievous, man. Them animals is suffering, man. Something crucial for this fucking Edomite. This scoundrel. This goddamn scum of the earth. The fucking experiment on their ass, man. That shit was horrible, man. So that was a stamp on the forehead, though. That's the charagma right there. And it was bleeding. That monkey's forehead was bleeding and shit. It was all disoriented, man.
Defenseless, man.
Yeah,
But this the man that's making the laws right now, though. This the man that's making all the executive decisions. It's unbelievable.
It says
That's why we must fear the Lord, man.
Hey, but at the same time, man, that's why Jake gotta teach the whole road, man. Because what you gonna do when this is when the brothers talk about the hour of temptation? What you gonna do when this is actually implemented? Literally, man. Right? You know what I mean? In that time frame, man. Which we in a time frame, but.
So if he
Jake gotta teach the whole road, man.
A lot of them gonna scramble, like the elder apostle always say, and a lot of them is gonna fold.
If he doing that to the monkeys, Revelation 12:12 say the devil shall come down with great wrath. So if he not sparing monkeys, he not about to spare none of you niggas if you spits. Period.
Right.
But that's obvious.
Great, man. Great wrath. We was talking about
We're
going
the progenitors of the experimentation.
And we talk about, the importance of words, and this one, I learned recently, this is John chapter 12, verse 47. It says, and if any man hear my words and believe not, I judge him not, for I came not to judge the world, but to save the world. And if you don't look into the word judge, you'll be confused. The word there is Strong's G 2919. It says krino. It says to separate, put asunder, pick out, select, choose. And that's how we know that, that definition is applicable. It says to esteem, to prefer. Because the Lord came not for the whole world, he came for a small demographic, and that demographic is the elect.
St. John 17, I pray for them, I pray not for the world, but for them which thou hast given me.
You see that, take that out of context.
So who's the world's then?
Right.
I remember when I was in Christianity, that shit had me confused. My mom was like, whoa, Lord. When you first come into the truth, some scriptures was read, and they blow your mind. You be like, you didn't know that was in there the whole time. It was right there. That's why I said, Lord said, I've called thee by thy name, though thou hast not known me. I was right under your nose. Lord had to turn on that lamp. Go ahead, Art.
I got some Hebrews chapter 1. It says the Most High, who at dry times in diverse manners, sundry times in diverse manners, spake in the times past unto the fathers by the prophets, having these last days spoken unto us by his Son, whom he appointed heir of all things, by whom also he made the worlds.
Plural. Yeah, worlds, plural. So more than one. And then when you read, I think it's Psalms 91, it makes a differential. It makes it. I'm reading. It differentiates between world and earth. So you got world, you got the earth, and then you got world.
Got that right now.
Psalms 90 and verse 2. Oh, you got it? I got it. Psalms 90 and 2. Before the mountains were brought forth, or ever thou hadst formed the earth and the world, even from everlasting to everlasting, thou art power. So the world is talking about Israel. Okay? The earth is talking about the earth. You got the earth, and then you got the world of Israel. That's why it said the whole world has gone after him, talking about Yahushua. It's talking about the word of Israel. It was following Yahweh Shai.
It's Esau's the end of the world.
That's the spirit.
I don't know.
But then
if
Ecclesiastes say that the earth abideth forever.
I don't know.
So the earth and the world can't be the same. We parked on these streets over here.
Right here.
Southwest Third.
I don't know if y'all brothers already mentioned that the world goes into eon.
You know, also, that's the third one. Eon, oikumene, cosmos. Cosmos.
Eon is cosmos.
Which is cosmos is a what?
It's harmonious.
Yeah, so like you got
what?
ant worlds, you got you know what I'm saying, you got the basketball world.
It's beautiful because the reason why I feel like it's beautiful because when it says harmonious, it make you think about like the song because only the elect only gonna know the song, so they all harmonious.
And it, it's like a
Your
band,
pop.
mind, one sound. And then even within a band, you got your woodwind, you got the percussion section, you got the cymbals, you got the dances, but they all come together to produce that music.
You miss one note of that song, the whole song messed up.
I got a precept. It's Isaiah 45:17. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with the everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end. So just like the brother was breaking down when he said that this world is for Israel, man.
And only 2/3, only 1/3 of Israel gonna be saved, and 2/3 are gonna be destroyed. And that's the time that we're coming into, where this devil is coming down with great wrath, like the brother was saying, the hour of temptation, where you're gonna be faced with the ultimatum. It's gonna be a bigger ultimatum than a jump shot. You know, it's gonna be a bigger ultimatum than a V for Vendetta. Okay, it's gonna be something much more severe, much more consequential than that. Okay, it's gonna be the RFID chip, also called the NFC chip. Okay, over in the UK, it's referred to as the NFC chip. I think it's called. So that we in that time, man, and a lot of you people voted, man. We watched a lot of people that was around us at our jobs. All of y'all, we heard y'all talk a whole bunch of shit, and then we seen y'all fold like a bottle of this.
Like a baby back then. Real.
What you want, bro? I get it. Another 3 and 10. You know, and when you go to that word temptation, if somebody could get it in the Greek, it says an enticement to sin. You know, enticement for Revelation 3 and 10. It says, Revelation 3 verse 10, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
Yeah, it's gonna come upon all the whole world, man. That's why Revelation 13 it says he calls them all both small and great.
That's why it's a global pandemic.
A global pandemic, yeah.
That's why they World Economic Forum.
Yeah,
You know. Verse 11, behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown.
Yeah, don't let no man take this kingdom away from you, man.
And Lord said he coming quickly.
Right, coming quickly.
So look, you know, Jake be like, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna survive? Look, man, it ain't got a lot of time. You know what I'm saying? Just thug it out, man. Let the Lord figure it out for you. Make the sacrifices. You know, because our people, they think they're going to be here. They think their days are prolonged, as we started with. And you know, they think that this is their rest. The Lord's like, look, man, I'm coming fast, bro. He's like, you ain't, because that's what the one Jake at my job, he said, George, he like, yeah, man, I ain't want to get that shit, but, man, I just went down on the head and got it because pretty much every good job, every government job, you got to have it. You're going to have it. I'm like, bro, I'm thinking in my head, we're not going to be here that long. Behold, I come quickly, man.
Yeah, the scripture say,
like it's gonna be a new, you know, the new type of society that we're gonna be living in. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you know what?
Well, the scripture say sooner than thou, what did it say earlier than thou believe? Rough paraphrase?
Beautiful, yeah.
Shit, we're in a new society right now. A lot of people in the metaverse.
Yeah, the new world order. Yeah. People really in that shit though. I didn't think anybody was gonna do it.
But that shows you the state of the minds of the people, man.
Yeah, that's how you know they bugged up.
Yeah, this kingdom too far gone, man. You know, it's no healing it. as the scriptures say, man. You know?
Double take,
Yeah, get that in Romans 13.
Yeah,
The Lord
Romans
has
13.
The Lord has wounded Babylon, man. With a grievous sword.
Yeah, Canada, they up there. I know the prime minister, or whatever the fuck his name is. He coming down great wrath on the trucker protesters and shit.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, you seen that? Yeah, so you really can't. You buck up against
It's the
devil.
book of Romans.
Put yourself down.
It's the book of Romans 13, verse 11. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than we believe.
Right. And that was during that time. So how much more closer now? That transition from kingdom to kingdom started when Yahweh Shai hit the scene. We just that much closer. We on the brink of the society going down.
And Jake don't believe that we that much closer. That's why he run and take the you know what I mean, the stuff, the juice. And he'll run and take the thing. You know, because he don't actually believe that we in that time, man.
Right. They're not measuring the time diligently. Get second Ezra 9.
Yeah, because why? Because they not opposed to prophecy.
Exactly.
Prophecy is the measure of stick to know how to go to and fro.
Get Revelation 11 and 1. Because he said measure and stick. Because they mentioned the reed. Okay, to measure the temple. The Lord said to measure the temple in Revelation 11 and 1, man. That's teaching his word, prophesying the downfall.
And that's what bro was talking about with Revelation 12 and 12. He gonna come down with great wrath on those, Revelation 12 and 17, who was keeping the testimony, which is the spirit of prophecy, that witness. We standing in the face of those with great boldness, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead, the Revelation.
This is Revelation 11, verse 1. It says, and there was given me a reed like unto a rod, and the angel stood, saying, rise, and measure the temple of the heavenly Father, and the altar, and them that worship therein. It says,
Yeah, measure the temple means teach Israel, man. Teach Israel, you know. But what do we mainly prophesy? Ezekiel 37, prophesy upon their bones that they may live, you know, prophesy to the wind.
Well, put on the elect of God. We put on the image of the Most High, man. The city elect, man. So that's what this whole thing is about. See, Jake forget what this is about. They you know what I'm saying? This comes another avenue to entertain other Jakes. No, this is only for the elect, man. That's what we came here to preach for. And then until you realize that, then your ministry will, you know what I'm saying, will elevate and continue to move like the Lord wanted to.
It also say in Revelation, the measurements of the city was according to the measurement of a man. And that was 144,000. Because it represents the elect.
Verse 2, it says, but the court which is without the temple, leave out, and measure it not.
Right, because we're not here to teach the other, we're going to naturally teach the other nations, but we're not here to extend salvation unto the other nations.
Right. It says, for it is given unto the Gentiles in the holy city, shall they tread underfoot 42 months.
Right, here it is, they that tread in the holy city, and here it is, they that partook in the downfall of Israel, as it says in the second Maccabees, first Maccabees, all nations have partaken in our destruction, you know. So they're not going to be included in that, man. They're not going to be included in this salvation, you know, and prophesying the downfall of this place. That's all I can go ahead.
This is 2 Ezra chapter 9 and verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
Hey, what did it say in what's that, Psalms or Joel? I think it's Psalms. He said, until I went into the congregation of the Most High, then I understood their end. It's Psalms, right? Yeah, so he said, until I went into the congregation of the Most High, then I understood their end. Because when you go into the congregation of the Most High, therefore you're walking in his, you know what I'm saying, his testimony, which is prophecy. You understand the end of one, you know what I'm saying?
Real quick, 2.1 to break down the verse. You know, we measured out the time diligently in itself through what? The prophecies. Right. Because even Yahweh Shai doesn't know. So
he said then thou shalt understand. Reason why they don't understand what time they're living in, because they don't understand prophecies. Okay. That's the prophecy is the root of truth. It's like if you want to know what time it is, but you don't have no clock. Here's a whole building, you in prison, and you don't clock.
You just stuck in time.
You want to know what time
hey, that's spirit. That's spirit. It's like you just stuck in time.
Right.
You know, you just stagnant in time, man. Because you don't
been did that in a minute.
I remember,
and you ain't got- it's no
Yeah,
life.
Hey, he changed the time and laws, man. He changed the concept of what real time
Reality.
is, man. Reality.
That's how you know that shit is off in there, man.
That's what Jake got when they just here.
Yeah.
They just here. That was something with you, man.
Right.
I'm just jumping. You just here.
And you know they stuck in time because Esau has the
call it.
same.
Yeah,
Esau has the same things year by year.
Bro.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like 2022 All-Star, the 1998 All-Star. Like nigga, y'all niggas, it's all every year's All-Star, every year's a Christmas, every year's a, you know what I'm saying? Y'all
just
stuck in
dealing with
time.
seasons.
That's why they can make a movie and make 18 versions of the same movie. It's what, how you gonna have 18 versions of the original first version? Like that's bugged out to me. You know what I'm saying? But Jake constantly find themselves rewatching it and shit like it's gonna be something different, man.
And then put it in shows.
That's insanity. Doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result.
So why this man gotta die, man? That's a source of witchcraft.
He's the highest
Sorcery,
witch.
witchcraft.
Always go into it. You got the KKK, the highest member of a KKK is a Grand Wizard.
Grand Wizard.
You know what I'm saying? So he's mastered witchcraft on the earth. Took all the concepts from all the heathen nations, from the Babylonians to the Egyptians and so forth, and just got one big ball of that masterpiece, man. You got it, all right?
Isaiah 33 verse 6, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is his treasure. And that's what's going to keep us stable. You get that? This is wisdom and knowledge of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Can you get that? 16? With the wisdom and knowledge of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, that's what's going to keep us stable and grounded and rooted.
How else is you being stable in this fucked up kingdom, bro? How else is you being stable in this goddamn kingdom?
What this kingdom is saying.
Con.
It say the man that built his house upon a rock, and then you got people that build their house upon sand. This kingdom is likened unto sand. So you can't build no foundation upon it.
Con. I got to say it.
So how you gonna build foundation upon lies? They say it's full of lies and robbery.
Yahweh Shah is the foundation.
Correct.
So they not built off of Yahweh Shah with a lost statute commandment.
Right, because ultimately go back to Yahushua. He said he's the way, the truth, and the life. And he also said that he is the spirit of prophecy.
That's the
What we talking about right now?
I got 2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. It says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. How you gonna measure the time, man? It says, right, how is you supposed to see the clock? What's the only clock that he gave us, man? It says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. And we see that the Lord is beginning to visit the world through the signs that he put on the earth, man.
Not to touch upon, but the brother had sent I think it was a couple days ago. You had sent a picture of the moon, man. That's measuring the times, man. That's the third moon like that in 6 months, man. And I sent something to the article to the group chat. It's talking about something about the Pluto something since 1776 or something like that. I got it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you know,
he
so,
saw his it was some holiday or something coming up. Or
yeah, so man, hey, shit can go down at any minute.
Second.
Any minute.
Read that real quick.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 9, verse 18. It says, for so the ways of them which lived on the earth were reformed, and men were taught the things that are pleasing unto thee, and were saved through wisdom.
Yeah, so like the brother brought out Isaiah 33:6, the wisdom is going to be the only thing that's going to be able to keep us stable in these times, man. Whether it's from food, whether it's from whatever, man. That's the wisdom. This is training. You know what I'm saying? And once we actually get inside the ring, we're going to have to put everything that we train for and train, you know what I'm saying, to use. You know
all the moves that you was
There you
learning.
go. There you go. So we always been saved through wisdom, because wisdom is attached to the faith. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got it.
This is Proverbs chapter 2, verse 11. It says, discretion shall preserve thee, understanding shall keep thee. So, you know, you're supposed to be wise as serpent, harmless as doves. Like, you know, we bold and audacious. We on the highways and the hedges when we prophesy the downfall of this kingdom. But in our noble lives, you know, the analogy we use all the time, we Clark Kent until it's time to go to our real job and hit the highways and the hedges. And real quick, this is Proverbs 4 and 6. It says, forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee. Love her.
Forsake not who?
Sophia, wisdom.
That wisdom.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because why? Yahweh Shai is literally, he's the walking embodiment of the Father's lines.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the spirit.
And that's why he told you that in Proverbs 8. He said what? He said, before anything was, I was. And he said, I was on the right hand. You know, on the right hand side of you, man. You know what I'm saying? He said, before the foundations of the world was, I am. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's fire right there. So, wisdom will always been with us.
Right.
When Moses in Exodus 14 said, look, see your salvation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You'll never see these Egyptians again. Yahweh Shai told us that was him in 1 Corinthians 10. He said, yo, that spiritual rock that followed you and that food that you drank from, that food that you ate was Hamashiach, man.
Exactly.
You know? He is that wisdom, man.
Hey, that's beautiful. You mentioned that. I wanted to bring this out earlier. When you go to that word image, and I'm jumping the gun. Let me finish this. This Proverbs 4 and 6 says, forsake her not. You know, we established that's that wisdom, and she shall preserve thee. Love her, and she shall keep thee. So that's a little back to the precept earlier in Isaiah. That's gonna be the stability when all shit break loose and people like acting surprised, like, oh, this shit really going down. They're really coming. They kicking down doors and trying to make me take this chip. But it's like,
Hey, what was the key word you said in that? You said preserve.
yeah.
Preserve.
Save.
You think about you put some like plastic over your meat in the fridge.
Yeah.
You get probably an extra week.
trying to
You
make
know
it
what I'm
last.
saying? The Lord is gonna keep us and He's gonna preserve us. You know what I'm saying? That's why I tell you in Job that in 6 troubles or 7, the Lord will save thee. We're not gonna explore. We're not gonna experience this. You know what I'm saying? Think at the max, man.
Because knowledge, wisdom, and understanding is the way of life. You know, so when it say it shall keep thee and preserve thee, when you hearken unto that, it makes you move a certain way, man.
Get that in Deuteronomy 4. Because it tell you that. You know?
It make you move a certain way. Jay gonna line up for that chip.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's candy at the store.
For the
man.
All-Star,
Ain't gonna be no kicked out my door for it.
He
You ain't gonna have to kick out Jay's door for no chip.
Oh, he got it. As soon as LBJ be like, I got it.
Right.
Real black gonna be like, well, I'm going to get it too.
Yep. So as soon as somebody cool
Scholarship
got it.
Akron, if you take the juice.
Hey, keeping up with the Joneses, man.
Yeah, man.
Keeping up with the beast. They worship the beast.
Not the soundtrack, but look though.
Yeah.
My fucking cousin was trying to get into the
All-star shit.
and they told him you got to have the jab.
Right.
This thing was trying to go and find somebody to give him the jab.
It's that deep, huh?
To enjoy the pleasures of seeing for a season.
I don't know. Watch on YouTube anyway.
For basketball season, baseball.
He didn't even agree with shit.
Man, that's heavy, man.
So all the people in there jab the fuck up.
All of them jabbed up.
That's why I be looking at people at certain stores, you know, certain stores you gotta
They only
be.
had to
Yeah, so I be looking at them in there like, y'all, oh, this is what the Walking Dead look like.
Real talk.
And it's still
Start
word
to talk.
mine.
Yeah, God.
Still got to worry about it.
Yeah, give Revelation 13, 15. Go ahead.
This book of
real quick.
Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 1. Now therefore hearken, O Israel, unto the statutes and unto the judgments which I teach you, for to do them that ye may live.
Right? That you may live, right? So that's how we're going to live. Just by
Right.
keeping the ways of the Lord. Keep going down.
It says,
Keep reading.
and go and possess, and go and possess the land which the Lord Yahweh Shai of your fathers giveth you. Ye shall not add unto the word which I command you, neither shall ye just diminish aught from it. It says that ye may keep the commandments of the Lord your power, which I command you. Your eyes have seen what Lord did because of Baal Peor. For all the men that follow Baal Peor, the Lord thy power have destroyed them from among you. But ye that did cleave unto the Lord
verse
your
you
power, verse 4, it says, are alive every one of you this day.
Keep going.
It says, behold, verse 5, it says, behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, and the Lord Yahweh my power commanded me that ye should do so in the land whither you go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations.
Yeah, this is your wisdom and understanding in the sight of the nations, man. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because the nations are after they're like beasts.
Yeah.
They're all over the place.
Yeah, kind.
You know, it's no sense of order.
Right.
So keeping the ways of the Lord keeps us in a way of order.
Hell yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
kind.
Moving accordingly, being a
Right.
true judge, a true priest.
And it's like you astonished, man. You like, that's why it remind me of that scripture where it say, man's wisdom makes his face to shine, because you know, especially in a kingdom like this where it's nothing but wickedness. You know what I mean? You trying to keep it to the best of your ability. You know what I mean?
And how you look, that's the spirit, because how you know these people really know what's going on, but I try to act like they don't, because it tell you that in 2 Ezra 5, it tell you the land is going to be barren of faith. They're going to go into each land, actually, did faith come through here? They're going to say no. They're going to be looking for the prophets of the Lord. But they knew the light was shining over there, but they, you know what I'm saying, they wanted to go indulge in, you know what I'm saying, over here. Because they figure like the light shining, it's like if you know you turn your light on at the house, like you don't buy bulbs, you don't believe in investing in like having a pack of bulbs or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But the light go out the house. Like you thinking the light gonna stay on forever, bro? No, it's gonna eventually go out, man.
Yeah.
What is that? Apostle Gabar always say, when words don't teach you, adversity will.
Yeah,
that's what's
kinda.
going to learn that you will go.
So we read in Revelation, Revelations 3 that don't let no man take your crown in the hour of temptation. Somebody got that Revelation 13?
Con.
Hold on, what you got?
We was talking about wisdom.
Go ahead.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 30. I'll go straight to the point. It says, but of him are ye, Yahweh Hamashiach, of who the heavenly Father is made unto us wisdom and righteousness and sanctification and redemption, that according as it is written, he that glorieth, let him glory in the Lord. So, you know, the law is set on things to come, perfection. But, you know, ultimately, that wisdom granted to us is coming through Yahweh Shah, via the comforter and the volume of the book.
This is Revelations chapter 13 and verse 14. It says, "It deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast."
Right, what did he do? What he just do? He took a pig's heart and put it inside of a man, man.
Yep. And
That's a miracle in the sight of the people.
And that's spiritual because you know, I did some research, and the only hearts that would be compatible, the only hearts that would work, that would fit. Yeah, so I got tongue tied. Is it will be that of a bovine creature, either the sheep or a pig. And that's of course Satan gonna choose the pig. That's just crazy. I just found that interesting. It's anatomy wise, they the closest. Like,
Go ahead.
It says, by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live. That's a spirit, because he said it had a wound by the sword and did live. So some of the like you was going into about the monkeys earlier, some of them did live, but it was a
What's that really talking about?
As far as the sword and the wound in the sword,
The wound that did live. What's that talking about?
That's talking about. If I'm mistaken, that's talking about the. If I'm not mistaken, that's talking about the Roman Empire being.
You talking about the deadly wound that was healed?
Right.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. Read it again. It says, verse 14, "And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which had the power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that should make an image to the beast."
So this system is set up, it's mirrored after the system of the Roman Empire. An image is something that mirrors something else. So this system is nothing but the Roman system all over again. And this was compiled and put together by American NATO and the EU.
Right.
But going back further than that, you know, the old 10 heads, the old 7 heads.
Going into like the tributaries and then the legislation, the city, the council, and everything like that.
Right, the structure and everything.
Right.
Blueprint, a whole blueprint.
Right, so he said that they should make an image to the beast. Go ahead.
Image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live.
Talking about the Roman Empire. Go ahead.
Right. Verse 15, "And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast."
And that's what he's doing right now. He's giving life to the image of the beast. He's giving life to the system. Ultimately, the ultimate goal for him is to have everybody, you know, chipped up, you know, for his new world order, so that he can have totalitarian control. You know, cut out the middlemen. They ain't no more calling you for your bill to pay your bills. We just gonna take it off your chip.
Hey, check as fuck out here.
Ain't no more America's Most Wanted. None of that shit, man. They gonna know where you at all times. You know, cause you're gonna be locked into the GPS grid.
Yeah, the serpent has transformed himself into a dragon. You know what I'm saying? He has evolved in he's grown into his witchery, whatever the word is, man. So
It's a lot though.
go ahead.
And just real quick, and this devil's so crafty. He have it play out so it's just like you buy the cards for the games. Like the money you have on your chip could probably only be for Amazon products, or the money you have on your chip could solely be for certain venues. They not gonna make it easy for you.
Cause he wants to literally control his cattle, man. He want to have his hand on it. Hey, just like the monkeys. He had the thing in their foreheads. He want to be able to have his hand controlling every single step, man. Well, the one monkeys in the I don't know what monkeys them was from the ones on the video, but the one in the video, he looked it all fine and shit. He was playing Tetris or something with his mind, and he thought he was playing with the controller, but they unplugged the controller, so he was really playing with his mind. And he had the Neuralink in his brain, man. So this is the things that's going to deceive these people. Look at what they did for a mask. Look at how they jumped for a mask. Look at how they jumped for a beat. So what, here it is. You're gonna have some new cutting edge technology. They're gonna eat that shit up, man.
It says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Because this society is wrapped around the mindset of an Edomite, man. In order to participate in this society, you have to indulge yourself in the mindset of an Edomite, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The Lord said in Matthew 24, if you don't shorten the days, no flesh will be saved, man. Because the mindset of an Edomite kills everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? Nobody will make it. So the Lord has these particular things set up for the sifting of Israel, really, right? To sift the 2/3 from the elect. You know what I'm saying? And then to bring judgment on the earth,
Putting everybody in their lot.
Right. Everybody, like Joshua Mama said, everybody is turned up in their lots, man.
It's Isaiah 28 and 15. Because we have said we have made a covenant with death, and with hell we are at agreement. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us, for we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves. And that's pretty much anybody that's worshiping this beast and this participating in this society. They made lies their refuge, and pretty much that's the mindset of an Edomite, to make lies your refuge, to dwell in falsehood, to dwell in lies and deceit and trickery, to dwell in do as thou wilt. That's all Esau, and the people, they follow that mindset because to them it feels good, it sounds good, it looks good.
That's their fear. That's their fear, man.
It's all according to the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life. You got it, though.
That's why Yahushua said you are the father of the devil.
Right.
Saying that's what you would do. You can lie.
Lust. He said the lust.
Yeah.
That was the main works that Satan used. Satan uses lust. Okay, you got it.
Khan, you want me to finish 15?
Yeah.
Khan, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast.
Right, and that's what he's doing now, because he's gonna implement the system,
Or magnify the system.
Khan, that's a better word. Go ahead.
Khan, that the image of the beast should both speak.
Ooh. Yeah, speak.
And
they're gonna put their plan into action,
Khan.
Because I remember the apostles, they was speaking like in the 90s, and they was saying like the elites shooting for like, the 2000s, 2012, 2015, they really wanted to do it, but they kept having to push it back, They wanted to speak sooner, but it's speaking now though. You got it. That's why Habakkuk 2 and 10, or 2 and 2. Okay? The vision yet for a point in time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Right. And that's the speaking that it's doing right now, dealing with this beast.
Showing you what though? The Most High is in control. Because the devil wanted to go, he won't go. So he wanted to go sooner than this. You know what I'm saying? But hey, the Most High's timing, man. You can't go. I tell you that in Job. He has set the bounds. You can't go past it. Yeah, there you go. Go ahead.
It says, of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
And that's why a lot of people throwing off too, because you did have a period of time where they were killing Jakes for not worship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For not
Jake was being
according to the
thrown.
order.
Jake
So
was being,
that's a stumbling block into a lot of Jakes, because they think that's gonna. They think, you know what I'm saying?
That
That's
type of
talking about the
spirit is
Native, they think that's talking about the Native Americans. When Christopher Columbus, Native Americans, that's not chiefly what that's talking about. Read that again. God.
Revelations 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
You're not gonna be able to operate in this society outside of the system. You're not gonna be able to do it. So that's why it's gonna cause you to pretty much lose your livelihood, and eventually certain people is gonna be beheaded and killed.
Right.
So
So
martyrs of Yahweh Shai.
who the main one? You know what I'm saying? Just a quick precept. This is Revelations. This is Revelations 18 and 24. And in her was found the blood of prophets and of saints and of all that were slain upon the earth. You're gonna have brothers that's gonna be martyrs for Yahweh Shai. Going into that word martyr means to be a witness. You know what I'm saying? Really, and also you go into that word prophesy, it means to be a witness. So the ones that also really ultimately stand up against this devil are going to be the men of the Lord and those believers, man. You know, because not all the brothers going to be martyrs. We're going to have some brothers that have to take that on the chin. Finish that, all right?
Khan, you want me to go to verse 16?
Yeah, just finish out.
Khan. Verse 16. He causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Verse 17, that no man might buy or sell save he had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
The mark, dealing with the Greek word charagma, the Greek word charagma, okay, which is an imprinted mark, okay, stamp, okay, which is dealing with the radio frequency identification device technology. All right, and that's going to be the new global currency, okay, and they want it to be in you, man. Oh, I saw an article that said that the WEF digital ID is going to be embedded in your body. I think the WEF stands for the World Economic Forum. Okay, which that's what the dude Klaus Schwab, he said you will own nothing and you will be happy. And then also in San Francisco, I saw an article. Somebody says in San Francisco they buying up all the rental properties. You know, and they were saying last year that the banks was buying up all the homes. That's why it's so hard to find a home. We was looking at a house, and it was over 300 applications, over 200 applications for people that don't apply to it. You know what I'm saying? For one house. So obviously, can't be that many houses out here. You know.
So I'm saying like
that's why people are staying where they at.
Like he got on the back of his dollar bill that said God we trust, showing you that, you know what I'm saying, he worshiped his silver and gold. Lord said his silver and gold aren't gonna be able to deliver him in that day, or the people that's joint hand in hand with him. So
they want to keep that shit. Average Jake don't got shit.
Real
It's
talk.
the fucking nigga one.
Real talk. That's why y'all benefits.
Good jobs, good nice cars,
Money. They the ones up in the All-Star shit right now. Front row, you know, buying the big tickets, buying the bottles, you know, they got money to spend.
Shit, a lot of these setups, like you saw the story where the young girl got killed when she had them dudes rob them. A lot of these setups, these women are behind these, a lot of these setups, man. They love them luxuries and things like that, you know what I'm saying? The malls and the shopping centers, all that set up for the woman. Right, that's why they...
Yeah, because just said studying an article about this woman. This brother won $30 million. Got about 17 without the full. But anyway, this Edomite chick, call her Dee Dee, she got with her. Next thing you know, brother wind up dead. And then she talking like he's still alive and everything, and took a, you know, some kind of trip out of the country. Went on for over a year. By the time they finally figured out what happened,
she got all the money.
Well, she had been done that, but the thing was, she had everybody thinking that he was still alive, and he gave her power of attorney, gave her everything with access to all the funds. Next thing, when it's all said and done, they found out she killed him, buried him in the house that she was living in, that he bought, and had him cemented in. They had to do an exhumation of the body and found out that she had done this about 1.5 years prior to them figuring out that he was missing. For the love of money, see? Yeah.
And she's stupid too.
And the brothers,
you got all that money. You gonna kill him and bury him in the house?
yeah.
Shit, that's a hell of an investigation.
And why you still
living in the house?
If she cremated the body, if she cremated the body and had that motherfucker embedded in the house, that's some hell of an investigation work.
No, she submitted it. She didn't cremate it.
Yeah, she didn't cremate it. She just buried it under the property, and then had a guy with his equipment to cement the whole thing. And the brother's name, ironically, the brother's name was Abraham Shakespeare.
You gotta fact check that story. That story's out. But anyway, Revelation 14, verse 9. And the third angel followed them with a loud voice. If any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And that's what's going to happen to everybody that take that mark, that corrupt. If you receive it at any time, if you receive it at any time, you see, the Lord had a trial run with this jump shot, man. What if the jump shot was the mark? We know it's not, but what if it was? A lot of people would have failed that test. So, we gotta buckle down because it's gonna get real, man. Yeah. It's gonna get real. You ain't gonna be able to access anything without that thing, man. Real quick, because the brother brought dealing with that torment. The Lord is gonna keep the spirits in a lot of these people, man. It's gonna be a long, agonizing, painful death.
Yeah, tell you that in Zechariah 14.
There you go.
Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet.
You gotta be conscious to still stand. You standing, that means you conscious.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Well, you see when people catch on fire.
Yup.
You don't instantly die.
They be doing all this because they burning.
You burning. You standing burning. Yeah. So that's gonna be crucial, man. The Lord gonna fill all houses with fire. People just gonna be in there like this. I was meditating on this.
Bullshit. It'd be like how they standing and burning and their eyes, everything going on.
Melting their tongue, melting their mouth.
Bro, people gonna be, cause when you catch on fire, what they say, do stop, drop, and roll.
Right.
You ain't gonna be able to, where you gonna roll to?
Everything
The air,
fire.
right? The Lord said the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
And what's also the elements? The people.
The air.
The air
is the
everything.
element.
All this
Oxygen, you see elements, bro.
So stop, drop, and be on fire even more.
Right.
Well, see, that's going outside
Hell,
the.
with gasoline
Yeah.
drugs on. There's nothing you can do.
It ain't gonna be right. Ain't gonna be no averages back in that day.
And that's the hell that we trying to avoid. Read that real quick.
I got that. This is
No place underground.
the interlinear in the blue letter for torture is strong G. Torment, slot. Torment. That's one of the definitions. Basanizo. It says to test metals by the touchstone, which is black. Siliceous stone used to test the purity of gold or silver by the color of the street. Well, really, keep going. Says the question by applying torture to vex with grievous pains of body or mind, to torment, to be harassed, distressed of those at sea or are struggling.
harassed. You know what I'm saying? Harassed. You getting poked at and shit. It's a gnat. You know what I'm saying? It's never ending. It's a bug, man. It's a bug.
Yeah.
The Lord will say He's gonna torment you. You know what I'm saying? And when you take action in these things, you know what I'm saying? I mean, there's no repentance, man. You know what I'm saying? That's it on that.
Yeah. Well, actually, the strong definition says
Revelations chapter 19 and verse 20, it says, and the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that have received the mark of the beast, and them that worship his image. These both were cast alive into a lake of fire, burning with brimstone.
Who's the false prophet?
RCC.
Huh?
Oh yeah.
Right. So he said, read it one more time.
It says, and the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that have received the mark of the beast,
Right.
and them that worship his image.
So it's a deception because he's a devil. You know what I'm saying? So these people they've been deceived, they've been bamboozled, been duped. You know what I'm saying? Had all that. You know what I'm saying?
He said they received the mark and they worship.
And they worship.
They ain't
Because
just receive it, they worship.
there you go. Because they
worship the servant.
There you go. And so they can continue in society. So they can continue to forward this agenda. You're not gonna get it without worship. There you go.
Because they're going to worship it to,
And you're not gonna
Survive.
There you go. Go ahead, finish it out. There you go. It's as simple as that.
It says they have received the mark of the beast, and them that
You got a
worship
job.
his image.
You want to be a nurse, so she got to continue with it, man.
I got a female cousin, right?
I can't lose my position.
In the truth, she don't know nothing about the truth, but she big into like
History.
hospital shit.
Oh yeah, you talking about?
She was telling me the shot is fucked up and been fucking people up.
Yeah.
Guess what? She took the shit.
I know an epidemiologist
risk
that
their
did
life for
something
their
like
job,
that.
whatever it
They
is.
know it ain't no good.
Right.
They all know. That's what pissed me off. They all know this.
Well, ye are forgers of lies, ye are physicians of no value.
Man,
It's crazy.
my mom and dad was about to fold last week to go get that motherfucker. They're like, yo, but that's showing you that it's gonna really test these people, test us. It's really gonna test us on a level. Every man the Lord knows each man, and every man's gonna get tested according to their, you know what I'm saying?
The test not over with too, because a lot of people that took it, they gonna die. Right. And that's gonna be a test for us. We gonna know them and we gonna be like, damn, they gone. They really gone.
I'm praising the Lord.
This is Job.
No, you gonna think like, damn, you gonna have that moment where you're like, wow.
Revelations 19 and 20. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles.
So this man's system is gonna get put under, man. All right, along with his false doctrines, his philosophies. You know what I'm saying? His his church system that he set up. You know, that's all. Go ahead.
That wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that have received the mark of the beast, and them that worship his image.
Right.
These both were cast alive into a lake of fire, burning with brimstone.
These both were cast into a lake of fire.
Both of them.
Both of them, man. You know, not one will survive, man.
This is the book of Job, chapter 34, and I'll start at verse 21. It says, for his eyes are upon the ways of man, and he seeth all his goings. There is no darkness, nor shadow of death, where the workers of iniquity may hide themselves. So this damn devil, like it says in Psalm 64th chapter, they do a diligent search. Ways to keep us down, ways to further oppress us, and ultimately ways to keep us away from our power. But, the Lord, through his angels, through his messengers, they got eyes everywhere.
Yeah, he looking for ways. He also look for ways to hide himself, like it just said. It say in Proverbs, when the wicked rise, a man is hidden. Okay, and Esau hide himself behind his technology. See, he hide the fact that he's the devil and he's wicked by all this technology that he presents to you as a way to forward humanity, as something positive. Right. This is gonna cause the blind to see and the paralyzed to walk. You know what I'm saying? Why wouldn't you want this? Why wouldn't you want monkeys to play video games with their mind? Why wouldn't you want to download Robin Thicke to your mind? You know what I'm saying?
That's why y'all gotta watch the show, bro. You got the show,
Better Life, right?
Yeah,
Kind of like Sim.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Oh, you got the show.
Oh, yeah, like that. And that was prepping us back then, because you see, and that's why I think, that's why I think this generation is, it has to be that generation, because Esau put so much
work into molding our generation. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I forgot.
With all these different shows, like from a child, they put little stuff in his time.
You know how, like in the Matrix, I had like the woman with the red dress. So like, you know how like when they had this little virtual reality thing, you gonna have a woman in the red dress, and you gonna be able to have like sex in the game and stuff like
Oh yeah,
that.
they already got that. They already got that.
Yeah, they already got
People
that
getting
aspect.
women getting gang rapes in the metaverse.
That shit gonna be sick.
Yeah,
Like,
they
they gonna
gonna
have like
So what do you think gonna happen to him in Jacob's Trouble when the society break down? When the dollar crash and there ain't no food in the store. What do you think these women? Man, you see the movie, The Book of Eli?
I love that movie.
What was the women doing in that movie?
They're like, help me, help me.
All right, that's all.
They was saying
That you may take away my reproach. That's all. That's all that's gonna be going on. But anyway, we got a
I got to preach something. 24 verse of Job, verse 24. They are exalted for a little while, but are gone and brought low. They are taken out of the way as all others, and cut off as the tops of the ears of corn. So his day is
the Lord
coming.
said they shall be as the chaff. You know, read that again, Bob.
Time. Verse 24, verse 24 of Job. They are exalted for a little while, but are gone and brought out of the and brought low. They are taken out of the way as all others, and cut off as the tops of the ears of corn. That's the end of that. Verse 2. Yeah.
Okay, that's a good thing.
Y'all, anybody got close to bro?
I got Habakkuk 2 and 3.
Start at 2.
Start at 2?
Yeah.
This is Habakkuk 2, verse 2. It says, in the Yahweh answered me and said,
Because that's what I was going to say, because the brother said they hide themselves. That's what it says in Job 24. You know, what's up?
The spot burnt down at the fucking camp spot. The nigga called the police on us.
I just seen this call out.
It burns down.
Call So now we got our spot back.
That's crazy. Yeah, we about to close out. Read that.
God is Habakkuk 2 and 2. It says, and the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain unto tables.
Upon
tables. So like,
and that's what we gotta break it down, because we gotta make it plain. Because to us it's plain, but it's stumbling blocks to everybody else. But we do our best to make it plain for the elect. For the elect gonna see.
God, that he may run that readeth it.
Right, because the elect gonna see. And they gonna run. They gonna put it into action. You got it?
It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie.
Even the fact that the house of David would be raised up, starting with the elders of the apostles, great millstone. That started with a vision, and that was for an appointed time. And Abba was raised up, you know what I'm saying? And that appointed time came. Now we're in a different appointed time where we're coming to the hour of temptation, like we were speaking on. Okay, so we're at that appointed time for the hour of temptation now.
No prophecies go over people's heads, man. The Lord sealed up the book. You know what I'm saying? They thinking like, dude, like, oh, Ricky guys, he talking about what you guys believe in. Was basically trying to make it seem like this just came on the scene. Like he said, what did he say? Revised Christianity. What did he say?
Yeah, revised Christianity.
Been here for what nigga? The Lord has sealed up a portion of the. You know what I'm saying?
Said the mystery that was here for ages.
There you go for the point of time.
Right here with their fringes on.
Yeah, I think that's how it came.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
God, it says, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it.
Shalom.
Shalom. It says, because it will surely come and will not tarry.
Right, so man, hey, it's gonna happen, man. All governments of the earth, they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it because that's the only way Esau could almost get everlasting life back. You know what I'm saying? Almost get that blessing back, I should say. Because he was never gonna get it anyway. But he figured in his mind, only way I got a chance is through this technology, man.
This is Joel chapter 5 verse 12.
He disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise.
So their hands cannot perform their enterprise. You got it.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. So ultimately, the hands, that represent, his power, the tools that he used to, perform his enterprise. And his enterprise is, us being chipped and dipped, us being in total subjection under him. That him popping that hymen with the charagma.
Yo, go to Job 14.
In the book of Job, chapter 14, verse 5, it says, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. So his rulership has a specific point in time. I want to say finite.
A boundary.
Yeah. A specific.
Yeah. You cannot step over that boundary. You know what I'm saying? The Lord has set everything according to his measure, man. Yep. And one more, get Job 7 and 1.
This is the book of Job, chapter 7 and verse 1. Is there not an appointed time to man upon earth? Are not his days also like the days of an harlot? As a servant earnestly desireth the shadow, and as an harlot looking for the reward of his work, so am I made to possess months of vanity, and wearisome nights are appointed to me.
Yeah, so Esau, man, your time is up, man. You had your fun. You had your time to rule according to your blessing in Genesis 27. You know what I'm saying? The Lord promised you that he would give you the fatness of the earth, but that was for a due season, a due time. A carnal blessing.
Yeah, like the brother say in Des Moines, just push the button, man. Yeah, just push the button.
Yeah, like she said on Rush Hour.
Come, push the goddamn button.
Just push the goddamn button. You heard what she said.
You heard what she said.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's what we want.
That's what we pray you do. We hastening the day of the Lord. Look for new heaven, new earth, when fill of righteousness. So we're gonna if I can speak, my throat's so cold. I can you do it, man.
We're going to close out. We're going to face the east and give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Ba'ashem. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who will well teach sound doctrine, and a strong shalom to the hopeful elect. Labor sincerely. Shalom and a Baba Ball.
Baba Ball.
ETA soon.
Yeah, they having a big ass unity camp.
Oh wow.
All-Star weekend.
They got the grills up in them.